Hi everyone, I am thrilled to have Debajit Mallik with us, who is a senior software engineer at P360 and someone who has been at forefront of seeing engineer roles being defined by the AI era and everything. So welcome Debajit.
Yeah, thank
And
you, Aruna. Thank you for inviting me for the podcast. Yeah,
so before going too technical about what's up right now in the engineering forefront, I would definitely want to know like how to get into it, how to crack the market, especially in front end roles, now that we have
okay.
different AI tools and a low code, no code platform. So, how does this look like for a fresher?
For freshers right now, if you are asking me like how the landscape changed,
Hmm.
the minimum requirement to get into the roles obviously changed a lot. But yeah, mostly it's still gonna be the same right now because the problem is even if AI is there, still the most of the engineers in the interview they are struggle with the basics only. So it's all about like you start with HTML and then CSS and then JavaScript, and that JavaScript is the main part where all the interview grills will be happen. So after like you go into a lot deeper into JavaScript, then you need to prepare well, and then you need to choose any of the framework. Like you can choose from React, Vue, Angular, and whatever framework you will choose, because most of them are same only. So you can choose any one of them. And then after that, you need to learn new topics like how to integrate the front end with REST APIs and all. So these are some of the things that right now people are looking into for fresher software engineer. The bare minimum requirement has increased a lot. That's true. But yeah, like that is the bare minimum that you need to know if you are looking for front end role.
Right. So, just to summarize, is to have your basics strong and solid so that you know how to manipulate the AI to get your desired results. All right, that
Yeah,
sounds good. So while I was starting out, I definitely felt this that I was going through tutorial hell, as you would call it, and
yeah.
looking into a lot of tutorials with so many projects that we could always look into in YouTube and everything. So, how does one navigate through that or get out of that, and how to maximize your results if one is taking help of videos like that?
Say like a common problem that we see a lot in beginners mostly. And the thing is like the problem with this is how we approach technical studies. Because like in your college you have this thing that you will take a course and you will like complete a course end to end and you thought, okay, yeah, it's done. But in technical term, it will not possible. Let's say if someone is telling you that they know HTML fully, it's not possible because there are a lot of things that even we also don't know. So what there was a flow that I like found in I think in some of the videos only from senior engineers, and like the flow is really work for me. What they do is like told what you need to do is first whenever you took any topic, let's say like okay, you want to learn React. Now what you need to do is you need to don't start with any course on React. First 2 to 3 days, don't do anything. Just go on Google, search for like what is React and what are like some of the videos in React, YouTube free videos. Like there are crash courses, like 1 hour course. They are just do those. When you have a basic idea of those, what you need to do is take a pen and paper, or let's say in your own iPad or anything, and just make an index. So what you need to do is you need to make an index, what we have in a books, right? So that let's say if I want to learn React, so what are the topics? After researching for 3 days, you know, okay, there is something called state, and there is something called component, and there are top and lot of topics. You just jot down those topics, and now what you need to do once you're done with it, you will search in Google that okay, what are the best courses in React, and then whenever you find any course, what you need to do is go through the course by topic, by those topics, not by like a video. Why I tell this? Because there are a lot of things happen. Like whenever like, it's happened a lot that you cannot say like this tutor or this course is a perfect one. Let's say there was a tutor who is teaching great on React states, and there is when he's going, let's say, context API or any topic, complicated topic, they may not teach that topic well. So what I suggest is go by topic, take maybe any course. Let's say you watch a video of any one instructor, and that same topic state you may go in YouTube or any other platform and watch the same video for other two teachers. What it will do is it will create a perspective for you for that particular topic, and whatever you will learning, just jot those down in any notes. Like it's very I think underrated thing that people think, okay, I am watching a coding tutorial or something like that. I don't need to take notes, but I highly appreciate that you need to take notes. Because the problem is like right now, let's say you watch a video on stage that is maybe 30 minutes long. You cannot watch that, revisit that video again and again, right? It's better that you take a pen and paper, jot down the crucial points, and later you will have your own concept in mind because your concept is built upon these three videos that you watched, right? And you search on Google. And the last most crucial part is implement it by yourself. So if you are like in coding, you cannot do the things like, okay, oh, I learned about this concept, like there was a Redux, and you just watch video about it. You need to implement that, and that implementation should not be your like tutorial implementation. That okay, because on that time what you are doing is you are just copy pasting code. What you need to do is actually you need to implement that it with any one of your own ideas, or took any idea from YouTube or anything, and then just build it by yourself. That same thing. And then your brain will start working and you'll learn how to write the code. So this is my like go-to idea for any topic, technical topic you want to learn. This is like my go-to flow. This will like take you out of the tutorial anyway.
All right. Great, great. Okay, now let's say they have 1 years of experience and they are just fresh, right? And now with the development in AI with a lot of tools around, how can they maximize their capabilities with the work they are doing?
Great, great. Like it's a great question. Like what happen is like if you ask me like with AI how you can like incorporate in your development cycle is mostly you first thing is like you need to understand like how prompt engineering works, like how you need to write prompts to the AI tool so that it will give you the best output. Uh, People are thinking right now that okay, it's a new thing, but it's actually a very old thing. If you see like previously when like these AI tools are not there, then also like I have this thing, like I had conversation with like a lot of senior engineers, and they had this thing. They told me the difference between a 6 year or 7 year senior engineer and a fresher is that when they search in Google for any issues, that 6 year senior engineer get it list right away in the first result, but
Hmm.
the fresher engineer don't know what to search. The same thing happening right now with AI tools. If you don't know how to write what you need, exact requirement, and how to like manipulate that AI tool to give you that right answer, it's very hard for you to get answer even if you are having that AI tool. So what you need to do is you need to learn like how I need to create context and how I need to set like questions and everything to the AI tool, and then you need to discuss those things. What I really think is right now, don't do it like right now I see a lot of freshers engineers like they took that whole problem itself and they just dump it out to the AI tool, and whatever it tells you to do and you just do that thing. You don't understand what is happening right now, and this is like the most dangerous part.
Right.
Because in a company, the most crucial thing is like whatever the engineers that are pushing the code,
Hmm.
they need to know what they are pushing. So if you don't know, like,
Right.
okay, what the changes you are putting, you
Hmm.
need to have a good idea of that. So even if like you don't need to be like, what I thought is my thought process is AI is not there to make you dumb. But the problem is right now people are going being dumb because of AI because they're not using their brains. But the whole purpose of AI is that it will do the monotonous work for you, and where the main engineering is there, where there is no like the real piece of cake, that part is there, there you need to work by yourself.
Hmm.
So like that is how I think you need to incorporate AI, like do the like solve the think about the what's the solution, and maybe you can go with ChatGPT or any AI tools, Claude. You just discuss about the problem,
Hmm.
understand what it tells, and after that, based on that, you create your own solution, and then use those tool to build like create that building block of the solution, basically. So that is how I think you need to approach it.
Right. That's actually a great point. And building on that, I actually read somewhere that this is like a black box problem where basically engineers are handing out their problems to the AI and then just dragging and dropping whatever the AI is generating as their code, which kind of also compromises with the security and the understanding of engineers to like a great extent. And in a way, makes
Yeah, yeah,
creates
it's
problems with the
really true.
company. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay, so also like I had this question, like since you are working with different teams, especially with like with database engineers and backend folks, so and especially with the people who might not be that well versed with front end, with developing front end from scratch, let's say, how do they navigate through all of that? Bypassing maybe front end to some extent by using AI tools like, let's say, Firebase Studio or Lovable that we see a lot of projects on right now.
Yeah. Thing is like if you're asking me, there are like this all these tools are available, and like even you are if you ask me that, okay, do you use those tools? Yeah, I also use
Okay.
those tools. They are like the great V0 is a great tool which
Mhm.
started this whole thing, and then Lovable comes up, and then Firebase Studio comes up. There are a lot of tools right now. They are in this whole thing that where they are like building all the components for you and those stuff. The idea of all this tool is basically to create the POC for you. So let's say you have an idea. Now, problem previously what happened with engineers is there are like a lot of business persons are there, project managers and all, and they
Right,
have this idea in their mind like, okay, I want to build this idea and or one project, and then they need to hire an engineering team and all those things, and they will build a POC for that, and it will take a long time for it. Now, these tools are there to create those POC things for you.
right.
Now, if you are asking me like, okay, I want to build a like application and I just want to try it out and give it to people and want to see that, okay, does this work or not? You
Hmm.
can do it perfectly with this tool. These tools are great. The only thing is that you need to have a understanding of code. Let's say if you're a backend engineer also, I think like after a certain year of experience, even if you are a front end or backend engineer, you will start understanding others
Right,
code if you watch that, because end of the day it's a language, right? So it doesn't bother you a lot, like 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, or 1 week, like you will understand the code even. So you can use those tool and you can build those things, but like if you are asking me, okay, I want to build a scalable software which will scale for million, I think there the problem lies. You cannot rely on those tools directly. You
okay,
need to have, like, you can create the boilerplate with
right,
those tools. Now, on the top of that, what or even new functionality and all those things you need to build up, or optimization you need to build up, that you need to do it by yourself, and or maybe you need to read about them, or you need to hand it over to the front end engineers. That is how things are going on right now.
right. Perfect, perfect. Really makes sense. So I also had this thought that with tools like Lovable, Firebase Studio, Copilot, and everything, so you generally like can maximize on the prototype and those kind of things that you're building. But how does it affect with the scalable things? Because there's a difference between the low code and no code versus the whole website that is generated by tools like these, right? So how does that pan out usually?
The thing is, first is like there is a like what most of the people don't understand is there is a lot of difference between a single website and a web app. So
Right.
let's say give an example is, let's say you go into any website of Google or Microsoft's marketing pages. There you don't do a lot of operation. You just see the product page, you see whatever the features they have. And when you are using directly office.microsoft.com, like that, those things, right? Your full-fledged Excel, then you have like docs and all those things.
Hmm.
They are giving you a full app-like experience in web, and when you are going to think of building those tools, what these AI tools will give you, they are going to give you a solution. Let's say you just tell them, okay, help me to build it to like Google Docs, right?
Right.
It will build a code for you. But the thing is that code will be like very basic code.
Hmm.
Now, when you want to scale this code for like a million users, then there are a lot of things you need to take care of, and there are a lot of trade-offs, system design, architectural decision that you need to do. Right now, what I think is what people need to learn more is as a senior engineer position, not for fresher, because fresher you will not even understand, so that is not a topic, but is like about system design. Because if you can like ask ChatGPT to build a chat app for you, and it will like take, okay, any available library that is there, and it will like just generate it for you. But the problem is it will not understand like for which context you are using, and for which type of architecture, how many type of user, what the cloud service that you're going to use. It will don't understand those things. So if you're going for senior engineering position, I think like the very crucial thing is like you need to understand the systems, how they work, and what are the trade-offs that are available in market. And like those things will be very crucial for you. So yeah, I think like that will help you a lot to like build those things.
All right, all right. Interesting. So, like, apart from technical skills, what are the most critical soft skills you would say that one should definitely learn, whether they are starting out or whether they are seasoned? Like, one thing that you said is like system design. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so right now is like that this landscape changed a lot in last 10, 20 years. Previously, there was a thing that people who are writing code in Java, PHP, they have this thought like, okay, they people should be nerd, right? That okay, you
Right.
don't need to talk with people. You just need to go into a like take a hoodie and you just start typing.
Yeah.
The thing is right now it actually don't work a lot. If
Mm.
you ask me, there was something that I will tell, it might be a little controversial, but I think it's introvert people lose a lot of opportunity, I feel. And that happened with a lot of people who had like I had a conversation with them and they told me, and the reason is because you need to have a good communication skill that will help you a lot in your journey, like because end of the day, uh, whatever code you are writing, that will help you. The technical part will obviously gonna be the main part, but the communication skill, the management skill, how you manage time. So if you are asking me like, okay, after like working 3 years, what's the most crucial thing I think? In I will tell you anytime it should be time management. It should be time management.
Right.
Because if you see that, okay, there are people out there who are like doing 50 stuff in a day, how they are doing, it's all about time management if you ask them, and communication is the key. So we cannot avoid that. And the another most like I think underrated thing is networking. Because I found like if you do networking properly
Mm-hmm.
and you have your basics and technical skill sort it out, I think job hunting will be not that much difficult because there are people out there who will recognize your work if you have good work in your portfolio. And as people know about you, it's easy to get like a referral because normally if you apply, most of the time you don't get answers, right? So I think networking is like great. So networking, soft communication, and like time management. I think these three are very crucial for me. Like for my career, these things works really great.
Definitely. Definitely. I completely agree. And I completely agree with the fact that network is also equal to net worth. So, and
Yeah,
apart from that, I feel like communication is also a very important skill. And especially it is very relevant with AI because if you cannot communicate well your ideas and what you want, what you actually desire as a result, then it can definitely hallucinate and give you very random things. Yeah. So,
sure, sure. That
uh,
will like happen a
yeah,
lot.
a lot, a lot. All right. So now that we are towards the end of this whole podcast, so I want to ask one last question. So, what would be like your one takeaway from this podcast and one skill that or one advice that you would give to yourself you if you were starting out now?
Yeah. The thing that I will tell myself if I am like starting out right now is first is like to like focus on time management more. I
Hmm.
think like what works is like in college and school days we have this tendency that okay, yeah, like before the semester I will start study and like it will work for me, right?
Hmm.
But what I understand is in long run when you want to like because in career like in technical career you don't want to like pass, right? You just don't have an exam that you need to tomorrow pass. You need to be consistent. If you see like people who are in good position right now, if you ask them what they do is normally they have a consistency. They like and the consistency is like that every single day they are doing something and they are consistent with that. So let's say you are doing DSA for 2 hour or 1 hour a day, or let's say you are building a passion project and you have let's say a month you take any project, you keep learning new stuff. That is something I think I really appreciate right now. And the second thing is, uh, I think what I will suggest right now is after like in front end also, for so long, it's don't right now in the age of AI. I think it should be the priority should not be mostly front end back end engineer. Your priority as a fresher also should be to become a problem solver.
Right.
And why I'm telling you like that is because, see, like today, there are a lot of code that is generated by AI for front end, back end, and like all those things. But what I feel is the only crucial thing that will going to stay for long is the problem solving skill. So let's say you want to build a application like Spotify, right? So there you need to handle a lot of things. You need to handle a build a front end. You need to know how to store the music data in databases and cloud as well. You need to know how to sync up those music. So let's say I pause in laptop, how I need to play it in same duration from mobile, right? So those things will help you like, okay, how to think about the problem, not in terms of, okay, how to build a front end or back end, right? So
Right.
those things, and as a fresher, I strongly suggest people this thing that don't call it out yourself like a front-end back-end engineer. Call
Hmm.
it out yourself like a software engineer, generic software engineer, because you don't know, right, what you will like. So if you ask me, okay, like, are you going to be like guaranteed that next 5 years you will be a front-end? I'll tell no, I don't know
Right.
because right now there are a lot of things I love about. I love mobile app development right now. I love, and there are a lot of things there. So I feel like those are the things that you don't need to like put it in a like mold that okay,
Right.
call yourself as a front end or back end developer, call it like as a software engineer, and
Hmm.
whatever thing that will be there, learn those.
Hmm.
And one most important thing that I feel right now I miss from a lot of people is the interest you take. That
Definitely.
is the most crucial thing because right now what happened is there are like there's some guy in first year who reaches out to me and like, okay, like tell me how to get a job. I thought, no, like you are in first year, right? You need to first know, okay, what is computer science and all those things. So I think you first need to have a knack on that. Okay.
Hmm.
So that in computer science, then it will be very easy for you to like learn things and stuff. But if you don't have an act, you want to just do for those things all for like money and all those things.
Right.
After a certain point, even if you like a dedicated person, you will earn those things. But the problem is after a certain point of time, the interest goes out. You will be frustrated like hell, and you will leave the job. So like
Right.
this is something that I like make your interest. Like do anything like you build a app, web, anything you have interest in networking, game development, whatever you will. Like in first, second year, I think do anything for exploration. Just don't waste time. Do all the things for exploration. Like what you will like.
Definitely. And just one other thing, that's like that would be my most important takeaway is that how to stay on top of the game. Like with all these AI trends merging, let's say now is MCP, AI agent, agentic AI, and there's a lot of bunch of things right out there.
Yeah.
So how to like be aware of all of that and how to make sure that you utilize it to your maximum benefit.
Great, great. So see, the thing is like people are right now buzzing a lot with AI and all those things, but the thing is like if you are in tech and you see like last 15 years, things are like same for all those things. Like there are like 10 year ago, people have decided to do people who are working in Java and PHP, they have decided to okay, if you like in PHP, then you will be the god and you will no one is going to be there to replace you. Right now, if you see in the market, the jobs are declining for them, right? The problem is, but if you tell me, okay, that means like if you are a PHP engineer, then your job will lose. No, nothing will happen because the problem is the people who are keep learning things, they will stay. Same thing will happen right now. The people who know, like, okay, there is this new five thing that will come. So there is a popular thing in the like, tech world, like for learning purposes, how you need to divide things. So it should be 50-30-20. So the logic will be 50% of your time you should devote in things that will give you direct money. So let's say you are front-end developer, back-end developer, whatever you will there, learn about those topics,
Hmm.
make yourself advance on those topics because that will give you direct money hit. 30% of your time you need to give things that are related to like this, let's say you are a front end and you want to maybe migrate it into full stack, so you can go give it to backend development, 30% of your time to do it, mobile app development like that. And this 20% of time is basically the technologies that will be, that, okay, I don't know, like that will be there in the market or not. But yeah, that's a new thing that incoming in market. I need to be aware of that. Just do that. Let's say AI is there, like blockchain is there. Like there are a lot of things. Like if you want to learn about them, learn the basic of them. Because what I feel in software engineering is that what people misunderstood at Fletcher is they thought, okay, let's say I'm a front-end engineer. That means I don't have any knowledge of backend. But that's not true. If you are asking people who are like 3, 4 year of experience, if you ask them, okay, write a API, or let's say, tell me how the API logic actually works, they
Mm-hmm.
will tell you. So what you need to know is like how the whole solution works. So there was one thing that I do with many of the like people who I am like asking question or taking interviews. Like I ask them, it's a simple question like, okay, how authentication works. Now most of the time they tell like, okay, I'm a front-end engineer. I will just take the email password and send it to the backend.
Mm.
But no, this is not the answer. The problem is like
Right.
how you need to know the token that you are getting, right? How that whole flow generates, right? You need to know that thing.
Right.
Maybe you don't know how to write the code, but knowing the how the thing actually works, how
That is
it's stored
important.
in the database, and like how what response you are getting from database, I think that flow you need to understand,
Right.
and that will work a lot, because otherwise in the company you see like there will be a lot of conflict between front end and back end engineers, right? Will happen. Because other same thing with back end engineers, they need to know, okay, what the UI will need and how the UI actually works, right? If they
Right.
don't know, they will don't understand, okay, what thing are happen. So I
Got
think that for to become a great engineer, you need to have a knowledge. Like there was a popular thing I say all the time, like you need to be like jack of all trades and master of one.
it.
It
Mm.
should not be like jack of all trades and master of none. It should be jack of all trades
Perfect.
and master of
Perfect.
one. It should be that for you.
Perfect. Perfect. We end this podcast with a highlight of that and love the math formula of 50/30/20. Definitely
Yeah.
something to implement in our lives. Okay.
Thank you, Arna. Thank you for inviting me.